Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying with Jim Misiura. Today I'm going to tie a dry fly from the book by William Sturgis, and this is the female Beaverkill. The hook size that he recommends is 12 or 13. 13 is old and we don't use that number anymore. It's 12, 14, 16. So I have a standard length dry fly hook. This is a size 12 in the vise. That is a Mustad 94840. And for the wings, he is calling for gray Starling or Mallard upright. So I don't have Starling, but we're going to use the Mallard wing, and from the Quill we're going to get these nice slate colored wings. Now to measure the wing, I'm going to touch the, let me start with this one, I'm going to touch the shank with the feather, and then I'm going to stick the point through, and right there is going to be the width of our wing. Going to take the other, I'm going to touch the shank, stick the point through. Whoop, that was a little bit too hard. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to trim that one down there. Now I'm going to just set these aside for the moment and get my thread started. I'm going to use black thread, Vivas, and this is 16. I'm going to start the thread behind the eye. I'm going to bring it back halfway. Keep that tag at a 45. It'll give you nice tight wraps. Once I'm halfway, I'm going to come back half of that. And that's where we're going to put our wing. Going to go ahead and take those and trim them off. Just be careful because you can pull those quills apart easily. Now I'm going to put them together with the insides together. Put them so when I tie them on, there's going to be a natural parting. Helps to divide them. Now, after you stand them up, you want that tapered part to be in the back. So we want to keep it on top as we keep it pointed forward. We want that wing to be about the length of the hook shank. Going to hold it there, take a nice soft loop, and then pull it straight down. And then make a couple more soft loops going towards the rear. Or take a couple more tight loops going towards the rear. Then you can trim that off at a bit of an angle. And we're going to bring our thread back to where it would hang at the barb of the hook. And I have the barb crimped down. Now for the tail, he wants a dark ginger hackle fibers. So here's I'm going to stand those hackle fibers up. And I want to line them up, grab a hold of them, and pull them all off at once. Going to measure them, and I want that about the size of the body. So there it is, what's sticking out of my fingers. So I'm going to trim some of this off, just to get it out of the way right away. And then I'm going to tie that in. Keep that right on top. Back that off. There we go. Put those fibers together. And I'm going to bring my thread back to the back again. Now I'm going to turn my fly upside down, so when I put the dubbing on, I will have room. Now for the body, he wants a bluish gray muskrat, and I don't have the muskrat. I'm going to use, this is a beaver pelt. I'm going to use the beaver. Got some nice gray beaver there. I'm just going to pluck some of that out of the side of it. friend of mine gave me a nice beaver, half a beaver skin. And now I can go ahead and take any guard hairs out of there. Make a nice tapered noodle here. And I put one more pinch on there. And taper this off in the front. Now, because this is fresh, this fur is fresh off the beaver skin, there's still oils in it, and I didn't need to put any wax on the thread. It just dubbed really nice. Now, my first wrap, I'm going to put it under the tail, pull that up tight, and then wrap right on top of that position. Now I got a nice, my body is right to the tail, and we're going to wrap that forward. And we could leave a little bit of space behind that. Now when I reach the wing, I'm going to lift it up and gently hold it in place and wrap in front of it. You don't want to be rough on the wing because you can split them. And now it's divided, but I'm going to give it a figure 8. And there we got a nice divided wing there. There we go. Now for the hackle, he wants a nice dark ginger hackle. So I'm going to select one from my dark ginger cape. You could go ahead and put it on your hackle gauge. So I have a nice size 12 dark ginger hackle. And I'm going to stand them up and I'm going to give them the crew cut. Now we have that nice crew cut. We're going to tie this in. I'm going to put it between the wings. And you'll notice I have a couple of the hackle barbels, the crew cut barbels, exposed. Going to go and give it a nice tight wraps behind the wing. Gently hold those wings up, and then you can wrap in front and secure that. And now I want to leave my thread halfway between the wing and the eye of the hook. Now I'm going to go ahead and wrap my hackle, and because I had the crew cut exposed, my first wrap isn't going to go ahead and shoot hackle barbels out towards the rear. I'm going to put my hackle pliers on this. And you see the first wrap, now they're standing straight up at that 90 degrees that you want. Fill in behind the wing. Now when I get to the wing, once again I'm going to gently hold those wings back, and I'm going to rub that hackle on the wing. And then wrap in front. I need to extend my hackle pliers. And we're going to wrap it right up to the thread. Now when I reach my thread, I'm going to keep that hackle at a 90 degree. And I'm going to put a couple of wraps to secure it. And you want to keep that at a 90 degree because you'll have less hackle barbels getting pushed forward. I'm going to go ahead and remove that excess hackle. Now, if you have hackle guards, you could use them. Hackle guard just pushes the hackle back out of the way so you can make the head. I'm going to go ahead and take my half hitch tool, and I'm going to put a half hitch in there, and I'm going to push those forward facing hackle barbels back. And there's a couple still, so I'll go ahead and give that another one. And then I can go ahead and wrap the head. You can also use your fingers to hold it back, but be careful when you're making quills so you don't separate those quills. There, now I have a nice head. I'm going to take my whip finish use the poke and snip, put a little bit of head cement on there, clean my brush off pretty well. It's getting a little sticky. There we go. And here we have the Sturgis Beaverkill. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Please visit my sponsors. Leave comments, questions, suggestions. If you'd like to purchase this fly or any flies I make, go to etsy.com/shop/theflymanGem. If you don't see it, just simply send me a message and tell me what you're looking for, and we'll figure things out. And most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.